this year's Black History Month video series highlighting Black healthcare professionals here in the Bootheel. My name is Mary Ann Wright, and I'm a 4-H area educator and assistant to the regional coordinator for Lincoln University Cooperative Extension. This program is led by some of the teams that participate in our Lincoln programs here in Pemiscot and Dunklin counties. Today's interview is being led by Miss Arial Rodgers.
Hello, I am Ariel, and I'm in the 11th grade at Kennett High School. Today we have Mr. Anthony Smith with us. All right, Mr. Smith, tell us a little about yourself.
So I am currently the Director of Housing and Employment Services for FCC Behavioral Health. We are a rural community, we're a rural certified community behavioral health facility in the state of Missouri. Kennett specifically is our administrative offices, but we do have 19 locations throughout Southeast Missouri. And in my capacity, I operate several residential housing programs for the agency. We have 6 counties that we provide services in for individuals who are disabled or have severe mental health disorders, as well as being classified as chronically homeless. In my other capacity with employment, I ensure that individuals who are disabled are prepared for competitive employment in the community. So if you are disabled and looking for gainful employment or competitive employment, I help you find resources to get employment in your community.
All right. What fueled your desire for the healthcare profession?
I think I've always had a passion of working with underserved and individuals who are less fortunate, especially in mental health field. I think that is a demographic that is overlooked a lot of times, and I really wanted to do work that was impactful for them. You know, a lot of individuals think that individuals in that demographic don't need a leg up. It's not a leg up, it's an assistance. And, you know, I try to do my best to impact those individuals for their long-term recovery. So that's really what fueled me to go into this field.
I'm glad we have people like you.
Thank you.
When did you want to pursue your position in healthcare?
I really think it started my latter years of high school, but formally I think it started when I entered college. I wanted to pursue something that would allow me to work with a certain population, and as far as healthcare, I think that mental health was one that was very deserving. So I think I really got my base when I started my freshman year of collegiate school.
All right. Is there a mentor who you would like to identify? Who encouraged you?
I had several mentors growing up. In grade school, I had Dr. Krim, who was my principal. He was the first African-American principal that I had. He reminded me a lot of the movie Lean on Me with Mr. Clark. Mm-hmm. Very stern individual, you know, very professional. He was hard-nosed, but, you know, he wanted us to be prepared for, you know, our future. And he was a big encouragement to me. When I entered college, I had a couple of professors who were great. Dr. David Briscoe and Dr. Seymour Bryson were both professors of sociology, but they had huge influences in African American studies. And, you know, most of the young men, African-American men coming into Southern Illinois University had some kind of interaction with these two gentlemen. They were great as far as role models and mentoring individuals into their pursuit of whatever career they wanted to go into. So I think those two were prominent. When I started my position here at FCC Behavioral Health, there were 2 gentlemen that I really considered mentors. One is Roy Cooper. The Cooper family is a prominent family in Pemiscot County. Roy Cooper was the first African-American board member for our agency, and I happened to be the second one, and we were the only 2 with the company. And he really took me under his wing and taught me a lot about the programming of the agency, administration, budgets, finance, things of that nature that I would need in my role. So I was very appreciative of his mentoring. And the other person was Walter Horde, who is the Horde family here in Kennett, are very outstanding individuals. But Walter was the only administrator, African-American administrator at the agency. And he knew I was coming into this role, and I think he just wanted to prepare me for the obstacles that I would face as an administrator for the company. So I owe a lot to both of those gentlemen.
Who are your biggest influencers?
I would think my parents were my biggest influencers. My dad was a social worker for adolescent services in Chicago, Illinois for a long time. He is a graduate of an HBCU, Jackson State University in Jackson, Mississippi. My mom was a graduate of University of Louisiana at Monroe, in Monroe, Louisiana, and she was an educator. And, you know, they just taught me a lot about you know, what I would need to do to grow up, and, you know, what I would need to do for my professional development. I think they both were proud of, you know, me attending school and graduating and able to go out and pursue my career, the things that I wanted to do. You know, I think they were great grandparents to my son Noah, and they were just a huge impact in my life. So I think they were the biggest influence that I had.
What are your steps you took early in life that helped you today? Were you involved in the school communities and groups?
Yeah, in high school, you know, I was involved in athletic programs. I played football, basketball, and wrestling. But as far as academics, you know, I was involved in social groups, the math club and debate club, you know, social groups like that. When I went to school and college, I was able to be involved in student government, and I joined a fraternity, a Black Greek letter organization, Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. We are a member of the Pan Atlantic Council and the Divine Nine organization, so they taught me a lot about fellowship and brotherhood and scholarship, and most importantly, community service. So I got a lot out of that, and I'm just so proud of all of the Black Greek letter organizations for what they have been doing, not only nationally, but internationally. So you can go anywhere in the world, Asia, Africa, Europe, and you'll see the impact of these organizations. You always see AKAs or Deltas or Alphas or Iotas somewhere doing something. So, you know, that makes me really proud of the efforts that we've made in the short time that we've been in existence.
Did you like school growing up?
I did. I really enjoyed school growing up. There was so much to do, so many clubs, so many groups. I went to a prominent high school in Chicago, Lane Technical High School, where it was one of the best schools in the state, in the country actually. Very enriched, very unique and diverse populations. When I got there, my graduating class was 1,500 students. The whole student body was a total of 5,000. So at any given time, we had 5,000 students there. The African American population was about 15%. The white population was probably about 40, but then you had a huge Asian population, about 35, 40%. And then you had individuals who were international students from everywhere. We had individuals from Pacific Islanders. We had individuals from Polynesia. We had individuals from Europe that was coming in, and you just got to get a sense of everybody and what they were doing. Our biggest thing was International Week, where individuals would wear, you know, their native garbs or native clothing from their country. They were able to provide, we would have the lunchroom cafeteria open, and they could provide food from their native countries and things of that nature. So you learned so much about different cultures, and, you know, it was good for me as far as my growth and development. So I enjoyed high school. I wish I could go back. It was a good time. It was a great time.
It sounds like
It really was.
A lot of different people.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet the cooking was very good.
It was. I enjoyed all the meals, and, you know, even when I go and visit different restaurants now, you know, I get to enjoy international cuisines, and, you know, it takes me back to when I was in school. So, yeah, great.
Like you said, you work a lot with disabled people. Did you have any disabled family members?
Yeah, I actually did. I had a cousin named Russell who was developmentally disabled, and he lived with us. We had a bungalow unit where my parents had the first and second floor, and on the third floor was my cousins and their family. And Russell was older than me, and I had to deal with him on a daily basis. And he was a great, I wouldn't say was, he is a great individual. I had an opportunity to catch up with him at a funeral maybe 6 months ago. And just to see him smile and remember who I was and all the good times that we had growing up, it was it really made me happy to see him again. So yeah, I think that I hadn't even thought about that, but that really had to formulate something in me, a passion to want to deal with that population. Dealing with Russell and his complexities and things growing up, I think that really did it triggered something in me. So yeah, glad you brought that up. That's a very interesting question.
Do you feel valued in your position?
I do. I think that my agency recognized the work that I do. I think the community recognized the work that I do. And, I've always, it's not about me, it's all about the service provision that we can provide as an agency. So I do feel that the work that we do are very, very much valued.
Would you encourage Black youth to pursue professions in healthcare?
I certainly would. I think that it's very important to have frontline staff as well as nurses, as well as doctors, clinicians, therapists, in any capacity in healthcare. I would encourage them to do whatever they can to get in the field, get their certificates, get their certifications, because your agency is accredited. And the more that these professionals have their license and they have their credentialing, the more it's going to help them further their professional development, but it would help the agency as well. So, healthcare is a passion of mine, and I want to see as many African Americans in that field as possible. So I'm definitely encouraging everyone to certainly have some linkage to the healthcare profession.
Do you encounter many people who look like you in your profession?
I wouldn't say many, but it is getting better. It is getting more. When I attend conferences for the Department of Mental Health, you see a lot of individuals in urban settings like St. Louis and Kansas City, but I am seeing more in rural areas. It really is encouraging.
Do you feel any pressure on you since you're African American?
Yeah, sometimes. You always will. We bear a lot. Our ancestors bared a lot, and we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility that we need to uplift our culture like our ancestors did. So I'm always mindful of that. And I think we all should strive for equality. I think we all should strive for inclusion in what we do. So yeah, absolutely.
What else would you like to share with us today?
Well, I just want to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to come and present today. I think this is a very encouraging program to represent Black History Month. I've had an opportunity to see some of the videos that you guys have done on other candidates, and it was amazing just to see what we're doing in business, what we're doing in agriculture, what we're doing in social service, what we're doing in education, all fields that are represented down here in this area, and it was a pleasure for me to be a part of that. So I want to thank you and thank everyone at Lincoln University's 4-H program for this. It was amazing.
Well, Mr. Smith, I'm so glad that you came and told us about your job.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad to have you. Thank you for joining me today. This is one of our 8th-part sessions featuring Black healthcare professions in the Bootheel. Be sure to visit the Pemiscot County 4-H Facebook page and the Bootheel 4-H YouTube channel for additional videos and more information about 4-H.